2,000 points of Necrons. We are running the Sept dynasty. So we have 2 monoliths, 4 wraiths with trans-dimensional beamers. We have 3 heavy destroyers, C'tan of the Nightbringer, 5 Lich Guard, Emotech Stormlord, Cryptek with Canaptic Cloak, 6 Flayed Ones, and 3 Scarabs. So that is a Spearhead detachment and a Vanguard detachment. So that will give me 5 command points plus 1 because Emotech Stormlord is my Warlord, so I get an extra 1 from him. And he takes the Hyperlogical Strategist Warlord trait because he has to, and that's where you get command point back on a 5+ when you use them. And I think that's it. So we'll go into the Tau army.
Right, I've got 2,000 points of Tau. I've got my first battalion over here, which is 3 5-man squads of strike teams with pulse rifles. Commander with 3 missile pods. That commander is my Warlord. He's got the Warlord trait through Unity Devastation, which gives -1 AP, and I can't remember how to explain it overall, but yeah. Got a Cadre Fireblade as a second HQ for that one. In my second battalion, I've got the HQ, so I've got a Commander in Coldstar Battlesuit with 2 fusion blasters, an Ethereal, a 7-man Pathfinder team with a Pulse Accelerator drone, and 3 5-man strike teams. Those are both Bork'an Sept. Over here I've got my last battalion, which is Tau Sept. Got 2 10-man Kraut squads with a Kroot, so not Kraut, Kroot squads. I've got with a Kroot Shaper. I've got Dark Strider and 2 5-man Breacher teams with 2 3-man stealth teams. Each have got 2 shield drones there. Commander Shadow Sun, a Piranha, and a Devilfish for the Breacher teams. And that's all of it.
Okay, the table's set up. We have deployed. The deployment was search and destroy, so where you've got in one of the corners, and we rolled off and we're playing sealed orders from the Maelstrom of War from Chapter Approved. So the Necrons have deployed like so, with the 2 monoliths, and the Lich Guard and the Flayed Ones are in the Tomb World, so they can be teleported in by the monoliths. And the Tau and all of their infantry. Loads and loads and loads of it. And some crew. And then we have some other bits over there. The stealth suits have infiltrated over here, and we have some more that have infiltrated over here, and then them units are in the Devilfish. So we're all set, and we are going to roll off to see who goes first. I will be getting the +1. So I got a 4, which was a 5, and Andrew got a 6. So I will try and seize the initiative. Oh. And I did with a 6. So Necrons go first. Okay, so Necrons turn 1 movement. So we moved both the monoliths up. We moved the Cryptek up. We left Emotech there. We moved these Scarabs over to this objective. We moved the Wraiths up. We moved the Destroyers up. We moved the C'tan God up as well. The Lich Guard and the Flayed Ones are still in the Tomb World. So here are the cards that I got. So I've got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So obviously it's sealed orders, so I can't show Andrew. So we're going to go into Necron shooting after we've done the C'tan powers. Okay, Necron turn 1 shooting. It was pretty successful. We shot with the transdimensional beamers on the Wraiths and took a few out here. Oh, with the C-Tan, we done the Falling Stars, Sky of the Falling Stars, and we took out, I think we took out 3 crew, a couple of guys up here, and there was a couple of guys here. Then with the transdimensional beamers, we wiped out the rest of the squad that was here, and all but one of the guys at the top. The C-Tan used his Death Gaze at the crew and took 1 out. The destroyers shot at the Devilfish and took it down 9 wounds, so it's now on 3. The Monolith here shot at the Pathfinders here, took out 5, and he also shot at these stealth suits here and took out a drone. Andrew put it on the shield drone. This Monolith fired at some guys down here and the guys on the top, and took out 3 of the top and 4 down the bottom. Then Imhotep called the Storm, which was pretty effective. So he done 4 mortal wounds onto, what's that called?
6 more wounds on the XV8.
Oh, it's 4.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be 4. I can't remember his wounds.
It was 4. And then we done everything in 6 inches we could roll, and on a 6 you got D3 mortal wounds. So I rolled a 6 on this big guy and took him down 3 mortal wounds, so I rolled a 5, and then took 3 mortal wounds on the commander. All the others failed. And that was it, I believe. So we're going to go into the charge and fight phase, see if we can get the Wraiths in some combat. Okay, so end of Necron's turn 1. We charged the C-Tan and the Wraiths into the crew and the Shaper. Is it a Shaper?
Shaper.
Shaper. And the Wraiths killed the Shaper, and the other Wraith and the C-Tan took out another 2 crew, and then the other 4 ran to morale. The guy at the top ran to morale. There was a guy down here that ran to morale, and then the 2 units up there passed their morale. And then attack objectives, we got supremacy, because we're holding 2, 6, and 5 just down there. So that's D3, so I'll roll that. So we've got 3 victory points for that. We got 1 victory point for secure objective 2, and we got, me and Andrew were discussing this one. I'll get 1 victory point for it, but I only destroyed 2 units, but then another 3 ran to morale, so I wasn't sure if that counted, so I'm just going to take 1. But you know, if you're watching this and you know the rule, then let us know. So that is Necron turn. So we've got 5 victory points, down to 5 command points, because I rolled the Hyperlogical Strategist and got one of the command points back because I used a reroll, and I used the extermination protocols on these destroyers. So we're going to go into Tau turn 1.
Right, Tau turn 1 movement done. Over here the crew have just advanced, moved on that direction a bit more. The Piranha just moved up into the middle there. Over here the 2 Breacher teams have got out the Devilfish and moved up, along with Dark Strider, and the Devilfish has also moved up there. This Strike team has moved up a little bit to get into a better position. Over in the distance there, the XV86 Stealth Suits moved up with Commander Shadow Sun, and the Commander in the Coldstar Battlesuits moved up with them as well. And then over here, the Stealth Suits over this corner have just tried to hide behind the building a bit more. That's it for the movement phase. Down to the shooting phase now. Right, end of Tau shooting phase turn 1. Over here, the breaches shot into the Wraiths, along with Dark Strider and these guys, and the Devilfish. They've taken out 2 Wraiths with the help of some missiles from smart missiles from these guys back here. Over there, the destroyers have been taken out by Commander Shadowsun and the Coldstar Battlesuit with their 4 fusion blasters between them. Over here, took out, was it 8 wounds?
Yep.
So yeah, took out 8 wounds, he's on 12 wounds for the monolith. And I think that's about it. Yeah, we'll move on to the charge phase. Right, end of the charge and fight phase. Over here, the Devilfish charged in. I was trying to time him up in combat, which didn't work too well. He did 2 wounds on Overwatch. Killed him in the fight phase. Then he exploded. Spent the command point to re-roll the explosion, just so all these guys didn't get hurt. So that's the end of the turn. I'll just come over here. I didn't get any tactical objectives. Because I got that one, which is impossible this turn. That one, which, to be honest, that's impossible this turn. That one, that'd be impossible this turn. That one, well, that was impossible. That one was possible, but not very likely. And that one could have been done possibly, but it hasn't. So that's the end of Tau turn 1, so on to Necron turn 2.
Okay, so Necron's turn 2. We've done the moving, actually. It's the one thing we haven't moved. This is Cryptech, which is just going to pop there. So we dropped the Fade ones from the Monolith, also the Lich Guard. We used 1 command point to do the enhanced invasion beams, so we could drop 2 in from this Monolith. And I got the command point back because I rolled a 5. We've moved both monoliths up. We've moved the Stormlord up there. We've moved the Scarabs across. We've moved Cetan across to here. And we moved them Wraiths up a little bit. So we are going to do the Cetan power, and then we'll go into the shooting phase. The cards I have are these 2 left. So I should definitely get that one. Not so sure about the other one. So going into shooting phase. Okay, end of Necron turn 2 shooting. The Cetan Shard done his Scarlet Fallen Stars and only took 1 wound, so 1 breacher off. He then fired into this guy and failed to even wound, you know. Yeah. The Monolith, this Monolith fired its particle whip at them stealth suits and they saved, and he fired the others at the back group there and took 4 off. This Monolith fired his particle whip at the guy at the back, he saved, and fired his flux arc at that breaches and killed 3. Oh, and the Wraiths fired their guns into the front group and took 2 out. And that was it. That was my shooting. So we're going to go into charge and fight phase. So end of Necron turn 2. I forgot what time we're on. So cards, I got secure objective 1 with the Monolith securing it, and then code of combat I got, which was score 1 victory point if a Necron character killed an enemy character, which my Cetan killed the commander over here. He actually done 16 wounds to the commander, which was more than enough. The Scarabs charged in, lost 1 to Overwatch, and then this guy here, Shadowsun, killed another base along with the stealth suits. Over here we took out another one, and the unit at the back, the strike teams, failed their morale, but these breaches done a wound on the Wraith. Lich Guard, we lost 1 to Overwatch because of the greater good and everything else. We took the Piranha down 4 wounds to 2, and the crew we lost 2 on Overwatch and then 2 in combat, and we took out 2 crew and 2 of them fled to morale. So that is about where we are. So we're going to go into Tau turn 2.
Right, end of Tau movement phase, turn 2. I used a couple of stratagems. I used the automated repair system on him to get some wounds back. Over here, the breachers have fallen back. They'll be shooting in a minute because Dark Strider's there. Over here, the Piranha has fallen back, and they're going to try and shoot those guys out of the way. The crew have stayed in combat. The stealth suits over here have moved up to try and get a shot at anyone they can shoot at. Over in the distance there, the stealth suits have fallen back from combat, and Shadow Sun has used her Koi on, which she can do because she can do it even if someone else has used it in the game. It's only going to affect her though because those stealth suits just moved. That's the end of the movement phase, so I'll go into the shooting phase. Right, end of turn, Tau turn 2. Both the shooting and the charge and the fight phase, because there wasn't much in the fight phase. So over here, the breachers shot at the Wraith. I'm not sure if they did any damage, I can't remember. Because they were eventually killed by some sort of missile launcher, I think, from one of these 2 guys. Over here, Piranha and loads of other people in the army just shot at the Lich Guard that were there, killed them. Over there, the Satan was shot by Shadow Sun and eventually killed off by the stealth suits over there.
Monolith.
Yeah, the Monolith, I did, what, 7 or 8 wounds, I think, just by shooting loads at it.
Yeah, it was on 15, about 15.
Yeah, 15, yeah. Over here, I killed 1 more of his guys, I think, in combat. And I think that's about it. So, go over here. I achieved 2 tactical objectives. Hold the line for having 3 units in my deployment zone and killing off the guys that were in mine. So, yeah, got that one. I got tactical withdrawal, which is to kill a guy in the shooting phase. He was within 1 inch of my units at the start of the turn, which I did like. All the Wraiths, the Lich Guard. Didn't go for the Scarabs at the end. Yeah. It's the end of Tau turn 2. We've now finally got 2 victory points. Onto the Necron turn 3.
Okay, Necron turn 3. I picked up some more cards, so here they are. They are my cards. I used a stratagem, Dimensional Corridor, to teleport Imhotep over towards that monolith. Then I moved the monolith up there with the Cryptek, and then moved this monolith to here. I done reanimation protocols and only got 1 flayed one back, and I done the Cryptek, a living metal thing, and got 2 wounds back on the monolith. So we're going into Necron's shooting phase. Okay, end of Necron's turn 3. So we shot into the stealth suits over here with this monolith, put everything into them. We took out the 2 drones because Andrew used them to save some of the wounds. And he had 1 stealth suit left. The Canaptic Scarab then charged him and he self-destructed, doing D3 mortal wounds, which he done 2, which took the other stealth suit out. So it's just Shadow Sun on our own now. This monolith fired the flux arc into the Piranha and killed it. It didn't explode. Then he fired the particle whip into that at the back.
I think, broadside.
Broadside, and took it down 3 wounds. Imhotep over here shot into these and then charged the crew, and between him and the flayed ones took the crew out, which scored me blood and guts, so I got a victory point for that. And that was it. Obviously I haven't got much left on the table. I've got these 2 flayed ones which will be gone by the end of this turn. Imhotep, the monolith, the Cryptek, and the other monolith. So yeah, I'm running out of units. We're going to go into Tau turn 3.
Right, end of Tau movement phase turn 3. So all this has stayed still. The only things that moved are the 2 breacher teams, and Dark Strider have moved up to attack that monolith. And back there, Shadowsun has advanced to the top of that building, and she's going to fire that monolith in a minute. That's all I've done, so onto the shooting phase. I'll just point out that I got 3 wounds back on that for the automated repair stratagem. Right, onto turn shooting phase, tower shooting. Right, end of tower shooting, turn 3. So over here I've shot all the breaches and Shadowsun into that monolith. I took out 2 wounds, put it down to 18. Over here I shot pretty much all of this stuff into the monolith here, and I took it down to 1 wound, and I killed off the flayed ones that were down there. That's it for my turn. I threw away an objective, so hopefully next time I'll be able to pick up an entirely new set of 5 objectives and I might be able to get something. So on to Necron turn 4 now.
Okay, Necron turn 4 movement. It was pretty quick. We've got living metal, so this monolith went up to 19. We done the heal with the cryptek on this one. Got 2 wounds back, so it's up to 3. Moved the cryptek over there. The monolith's moved down. That monolith's moved over. Imatek's moved over towards these stealth suits. So we're going to go into the shooting phase. Okay, end of Necron turn 4. So this monolith shot everything into the broadside and took it down to 2 wounds. So took 3 wounds off it. This monolith shot its Gauss flower ups into that 2 breacher squads, took them both out, and it's part of a whip into the broadside, but Andrew saved everything, so the broadside survived. And then Imatek killed one of the stealth suits for a shooting, then he charged and assaulted and took the other 2 out. So that was the whole of the Necron turn. We did get behind enemy lines with our monoliths and cryptek, so I get D3. So let's roll that now for 3. So we're going into Tau.
End of Tau, turn 4 is the everything. So Shadowsun moved over there. I think no one else moved around here. So Markerlights were shot at the monoliths. I moved the commander here back. There he is. Just to get within 6 inches of him, so I can use my last command point, the command and control node, to re-roll wounds. I used that against the monolith that was over there. Did quite a lot of damage after all that. After actually remember, he's got ATS.
16 wounds.
Yeah, 16 wounds because he had the +1 ATS. Oh, I'm sorry, +1 AP from the Warlord trait that I was using against that monolith. He's got his own inbuilt +1 from a signature system, and the gun has -1, so some of the attacks are doing -3. He shot all his weapons at monolith, took that out. The other monolith, which was pretty much dead, I took him out with some leftover stuff, and I took out the cryptek over there. I couldn't shoot these last 4 guys up there because they can't actually see the Warlord over there, so I scored 1 tactical objective, which is overwhelming firepower. I took out 3 units, so I'm going to roll D3 to see how many victory points I get. So that's just 1. So on to Necron turn 5 then, I guess.
Okay, Necron turn 5. I'm currently sitting on 13 victory points to Andrew's 3. So I've done the only thing that I thought I could with 1 model, and that's run and hide. So we advance round and we're hiding here, and that is my turn, because if I'd stayed in the open I would have been shot. I'm probably still going to get shot because he doesn't need line of sight for everything, but it might give him a chance to survive. So yeah, we'll go into Tau turn 5.
Right, end of Tau turn 5. I've only got 1 thing left to kill. I pretty much either have to kill this guy or Pat wins from victory points because I've been really rubbish on them. So over here, Shadowsun advanced over there. Shot both the fusion blasters at him. Needed 3s to hit, didn't.
I saved 1.
Oh yeah, I hit with 1, but he saved it because he got invulnerable, which is cheating. Over here, the only thing that fired was the smart missile systems on the Riptide and the broadside. They were getting reroll 1s from the Ethereal. They managed to do 2 damage in the end from.
Yeah.
Did you say that? Oh yeah, you get 2 1s, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get end of turn 5, so Pat's going to roll now to see if we continue the game. On a 3 up, is it?
Yeah, we do continue.
Oh, yeah, so we continue the game, so into Necron turn 6 then.
Okay, end of Necron turn 6. The Imatek moved over a little bit, shot at Shadowsun, and he made 2 5-up invulnerable saves. So we're going into Tau turn 6.
Kingslayer.
Okay. End of Tau turn 6. Shadowsun shot at Imhotep. I failed my invulnerable saves. He done like 6 damage. Imhotep is dead. The Necrons have been tabled. So victory points wise, I was on 13 and Andrew's on
3, but I just got Kingslayer for killing them.
So it would have been D3, so he would have had
5.
5. So in terms of victory points, the Necrons were high up, but there's no point in having victory points if you got no one on the table. So as the game went on to turn 6, obviously it was inevitable that I was going to die the longer the game went on. But it was really good fun, taking the 2 monoliths. Wanted to try it out with using the invasion beam and bringing in the Lich Guard and the flayed ones, which actually did work quite well. There's some things I want to do to change that this slightly, but it was good fun. Nice to use some close combat stuff with the Necrons. But yeah, really good game. It was a really different Tau list as well, because it was very heavy on infantry, which was nice to see. It's partly because Andrew didn't.
I don't think I had painted really.
Yeah, the infantry was the stuff he had painted. So, but it was a nice difference. So.
So it looked like I was going to lose in the first turn, to be honest, because
yeah,
a lot of damage.
Yeah, I had a really good first turn and took quite a lot of stuff out, and then it seemed that my damage just started going down and down and down. It wasn't as good from then on in.
It was lucky rolls, because you had a really good turn, because you rolled lots of 5 and 6s then.
Yeah, and the Setan God took out a lot with his powers, and
then my second turn I started rolling really well.
Yeah, your first turn wasn't great, was it?
No.
And then after that, you made a lot of good saves and stuff. So, but yeah, really good game. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, look out for the next one. I think the next battle report will probably be Drukhari. We're getting Drukhari on the channel, which will be next week.